We're back with Scott Taylor, and Scott is the food safety instructor at Henderson Community College, and he's here to talk about what's important right now. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So we're talking about food safety in this day of COVID-19. What do we need to consider?
So I think the top two action items in order of importance are, first, most importantly, don't panic. Panic tends to cause people to act in ways that cause more harm than good. For example, there have been reports all over the nation of people stealing gloves and masks from medical practitioners, and they need those gloves and masks to do their job. A shortage of masks and gloves and medical practitioners would be far more harmful than COVID-19 could ever hope to be, and not nearly as effective as the second action item, which is to practice good personal hygiene, especially proper hand washing. So those are the two best things that we can do, not just in food safety, but in general to protect ourselves.
Well, and we've seen so many during this time of memes and information about how to wash your hands, but there really is a technique that is successful here.
Absolutely, and I've seen a lot of really great information out there using warm water with soap and 20 seconds and happy birthday and all that jazz. It's great, good practices, but what I don't see often is probably, in my opinion, the most important part of washing your hands, which is when you're finished washing your hands properly, avoiding touching the faucets and the handles to the bathrooms. I don't care how good of a job you do in properly washing your hands, the moment you open the door,
exactly,
you've recontaminated your hands. So I think that just in general, avoiding touching door handles to exterior doors, stairwells, railings, that sort of thing is a good best practice. So all of those are important in personal hygiene.
Well, and you're opening the door with paper, too, and
Absolutely.
touching those faucets. But so it's really, we are becoming more hyper-vigilant, which is a good thing.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to COVID-19 and food, what are our concerns? I mean, is it going to be transmitted through our food?
And that's a great question. I think, first of all, to be very careful about when we say transmitted through food, COVID-19 isn't like, for example, salmonella that is naturally occurring in food.
Sure.
The danger really comes from the social interaction aspect of handling food. And so when we're out at restaurants and when we're, even our delivery drivers, when we're doing the DoorDash and things like that, a person who's sick who touches the person or touches the food while the interaction while engaging with customers, that's where the danger really is. Of course, it's not a bad idea to follow those safe food handling practices, cooking raw foods up to the proper temperature, being careful when switching between ready-to-eat and raw foods. Those practices are always good no matter what's going on. But the food itself isn't, as, in my opinion, a bigger problem as all of the things that go along.
The human interactions of the people who prepare it for you, who deliver it to you. So what should we do? More people are ordering through DoorDash or Grab and Go. So how can we prevent contamination?
So a couple of things that I think are probably best is, even if you are a DoorDasher, if you are a delivery person, is making sure you're washing your hands as often as you can. Of course, you don't have a sink in your car, but having sanitizer available in the car and being careful with doorknobs and doorbells and that sort of thing.
In the few seconds that we have, Scott, let's talk about the hand sanitizer. How is it effective, and how do we need to use it?
It needs to be a supplement to proper hand washing. Okay. It doesn't need to replace proper hand washing.
Yeah, it only has limited.
Exactly.
No. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
We'll be back with more Lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.